healthy? What do you need to know?
RC, moments ago, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said Dillon Gabriel will be Cleveland's #2 quarterback in the Browns' regular season opener against the Cincinnati Bengals. That means that Shedeur Sanders, the other rookie draft pick in Cleveland, will dress as the #3 quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But Flacco will start, Gabriel will be the backup, and Shedeur Sanders will be the emergency #3.
Makes sense, deservedly so. The tape from week 2 of the preseason and week 3 of the preseason was very good. I think he plays really fast. He moves in the pocket very efficiently. And the one thing that maybe was unexpected was the arm strength was pretty significant. So I think at some point, unless Joe Flacco completely lights it up, Dillon Gabriel will start some for the Cleveland Browns.
I'm going to be honest. What I like about this is with Kenny Pickett being traded, now those rookies will get an opportunity, whether it's only Dillon Gabriel or at some point Shedeur Sanders as well. I think they're set up to see if the quarterback of the future is already in the quarterback room. All right, guys, now it's time to read and react to some of the biggest news around the league. Amari Cooper signed with the Raiders yesterday, back where it all started. Cooper's numbers dropped dramatically last season, though. In 2023, he ranked top 10 in receiving yards per game and yards per target. But in 24, he ran less than 10 routes per game, averaging 44 less receiving yards per game and averaging 3.4 fewer yards per target. D. Wood, do you think that Amari Cooper still has enough left in the tank to make an impact for the Raiders?
Yeah, listen, he's not the #1. We all know Brock Bowers is the clear #1, but I always call Amari Cooper a professional wide receiver, meaning like he's always been one of the better route runners in the National Football League. He's not going to run by anybody anymore, but he's going to be where he's supposed to be in the passing game.
All right, now let's get to the Giants, who will keep Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart on the roster. And here's Brian Daboll talking about that today.
You know, I'm happy, like I've said, with a lot of the additions we've made and the chemistry of the group. But again, that's all talk. You got to go out there and do it at a high level when it matters, which is the regular season. But it's a player's game, and I'm excited for the players that we have on our football team.
Dan, Jackson Dart impressed in the preseason. What did you see from the young quarterback?
The most impressive thing was that his tape from college and the things that I liked carried over to the NFL. The pocket strength, but constantly playing with his eyes up athletically. Sets backside to throw a two-man combination, an out route and an in route. But he sees that corner squatting on that out route, don't want to go there. Now I want to go throw the in route, but that safety's driving it. So there's a lack of comfort to throw that football while that right tackle's getting beat. Hang in the pocket, and now take off. But RC, he takes off, but still remains in that passing mode. Athletically, seeing what that linebacker does. Linebacker attacks him, finds that slot receiver wide open in stride. It's a big play. And the fact that he handles the pocket while not just being athletic and running, big deal. Man-to-man down in the red zone, tight end up top, one safety in the middle field. That tight end has a little bit of a post. Hold that middle field safety right for just 1 second. He's going to catch the snap and do that. And now in the red zone, it's got to be 1 through 3, and ball has to be out without a hitch. And that backside green window is where exactly how you want to throw it. Now, I love the height of the throw, but if and when he becomes their starter, that ball can't be here. You know what I'm saying? So I like a lot of this stuff. It's not flawless. But when you're playing against Washington or Trayvon Diggs in Dallas, and you do that, and that ball's not here, it's batted away, if not picked off. So a lot of really good, but still a ton of room for growth.
But I also think that's why when you have a quarterback developer like Brian Daboll, he can have those conversations that this is good, but when we get into the real games against the NFL players, you can't place that football right there.
Exactly.
You know, and that quarterback room, I think, is much better than it was last year.
100%.
Also, another quarterback room that looks totally different is the quarterback room in Seattle. They signed Sam Darnold in the offseason, taking him away from Minnesota, and Geno Smith is Viva Las Vegas, and they drafted Jalen Milroe. Here's Mike McDonald to tell us a little bit about where he goes.
We're going to have plays for Jalen and game plans, and he's going to rep those are the ones. And, however we build the package for him going into games, he needs those reps and walkthrough and full speed, so that's going to be important. How we do it, who gets how many reps, all that. I mean, obviously, Sam, it starts with how many reps he needs to get ready, and then we kind of work off from there.
D. Wood, after hearing what Mike McDonald just said, do you like the way they're going to use Jalen Milroe?
I do, because I think he's going to get a package of plays, and that's going to, it gives him an opportunity to be on the field and help with his development. But I think more so from a strategic standpoint, these two quarterbacks are totally different. We know with Jalen Milroe, he is a very athletic quarterback. And can you imagine how opposing defense is going to have to prepare for not only Sam Darnold, but now you also got to prepare for Jalen Milroe, which takes away from your preparation from the starter. So I love how the Seattle Seahawks are going to deploy Jalen Milroe in this situation.
I love it. Now the San Francisco 49ers, who they play in week 1, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 2 and so on, you've got to prepare. You got to spend time preparing for something. You also don't really know what it's going to be. This is a guessing game in some ways for those defenses. So I love the fact that Mike McDonald is just planting that to those teams. Number 2, who is the Seahawks' new offensive coordinator, RC?
Clint Kubiak?
Clint Kubiak, coming from the New Orleans Saints, who just has this history of Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
So I would fully expect that now you've got a coordinator. It's not just some, hey, we'll see if we can do something. He's got a history of using this type of athlete. Now, Jalen Milroe, with all due respect to Taysom Hill, is a significantly better athlete out in space with the ball. And so I love the fact that you've got a coach that has a history of it, that knows how to use it, when and where, what it should look like, how to dress it up. And now these defenses have to try to play a guessing game early on of how to handle it. And the last part to say is this. This could become the tush-push type thing for them. Like, if you're trying to gain any little advantage that you get that is very specific to your team.
I'll be honest, too. The spirit of Jalen Milroe is still running in Death Valley this year, right?
He just scored from 60 again.
They just absolutely couldn't stop the quarterback run. And I love this because what it also does is during the week, now if you're a defense that's facing this team, you have to have 2 separate game plans, right?
Yeah.
You have to practice differently for Sam Darnold when he's the quarterback and then for Jalen Milroe. Simply the time it takes to do that is difficult. And now once they start to evolve and the pass game becomes a part of it, that's also going to be big for Jalen and this offense.
Just imagine in 3rd and 3 situations when they put both of them, Sam Darnold and Jalen Milroe on the field, then how does the defense handle it?
Shefty, you got anything?
Oh, yeah, we got a situation here. I know Jalen Milroe is going to be counted on in certain spots, but I want to be very clear that this is no reflection about Sam Darnold. They are really pleased and excited about the way Sam Darnold has played. They view Jalen Milroe as somebody that can enhance the offense, somebody who can be explosive, somebody who can make plays for them. But Sam Darnold is somebody who's come in and impressed them more than they thought this summer.
I'm going to say this, and sometimes I say silly things. The last time they had a free agent and they also drafted a dual-threat quarterback in the 3rd round, it was Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson. And I'm not saying that that's happening right now, but you just never know how a guy like Jalen Milroe can progress, and we could see him replacing Sam Darnold at some point in the future. But coming up, this is the dude that nobody is going to replace. Bijan Robinson is a dream for any head coach, but is he a fantasy for all you team owners in ESPN Fantasy Football? He'll answer that question for you up next on the show.